Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. A, and today is July the 1st, Tuesday. And what's the deal with July the 1st, and why am I all excited? Because today is a very special day to our neighbors to the north, Canada. Today is Canada Day. And just like July 4th is the celebration of the United States independence, so is July 1st. Hardly independence, but if you don't mind, I'm going to give you just a wee bit of history here because, well, Canada's been our neighbor for a long time. As you know, if you follow me, my wife and I and our children born in Canada, we hold dual citizenships, and we are so fortunate to be able to do so, to reap the benefits of both countries. But here's just a quickie little history lesson, because who knows anything about Canada? It's just up there, so to speak. But the fact is that all the Canadians are celebrating today because July 1st in 1867 was when the country was born. It united three British colonies. One was called Canada, by the way, which was Upper and Lower Canada, otherwise known as Ontario and Quebec, with two other provinces, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and it became known as the Dominion of Canada. And so 1867 was the Constitution Act. And lots of things, we're still very much tied, of course, to the English crown. And in fact, in 1931, which is, okay, we're getting a few years behind us now, a new statute was enacted. It was actually called the Statute of Westminster, not that anybody knows that, but it recognized legislative independence of the dominions, including Canada. So that meant that no British law would apply to Canada unless Canada requested it. And it was a crucial step, but we're still very much tied to England, in that if we wanted to change anything in the Canadian Constitution, even though perhaps it just rubber stamped, it had to go through the British Crown. The big date was 1982, April 17th, and this is where essentially total independence from England was achieved, and where the BNA, the British North America Act, which started the whole Dominion of Canada in 1867, was severed, and the final ties with the British Parliament were severed. So this particular thing in 1982, which is not that long ago, 1982, that's when Canada really became truly independent, and all legal dependence on the British Parliament was removed. So, while it became a self-governing dominion in 1867, it finally became independent of England in 1982. Not that long ago. And a few other things that we're celebrating, or at least Canadians are celebrating, I celebrate too, is, Canada Day brings all sorts of things. The Canadian flag, that wonderful red maple leaf, heck, that wasn't adopted till 1965. And that's not that long ago. And all sorts of other cool things. And it's just a little bit of history of Canada, but today's a big special day for them, as July 4th is for the United States. And in fact, for those of you following such things, the actual Dominion of Canada, or sea to sea and all those things, the last province to come into the Dominion was Newfoundland in 1949. So when you think about the last states in the United States to join the United States is in 1959 with Hawaii and Alaska. Anyway, it is Canada Day today. I hope you'll all sort of wave a little flag, or your neighbors or your friends who have Canadian heritage, give them a little hug and say congratulations and happy birthday. And Canada, don't worry about the nonsense going on here. We just hope that you still love us as much as we still love you. Take care. Happy birthday, Canada.